Good Tuesday evening. It's November the 28th. Welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Grant Olson is away tonight. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Some dramatic news ahead for you on this broadcast, but here's just a taste of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. There will be no felony charges for the man arrested last week by a police tactical team in East Wenatchee. Prosecutors say the evidence doesn't support it. A lawyer who served the city of East Wenatchee for 15 years will now offer more legal counsel for Chelan County. And today's cold and cloudy weather is likely to persist at least through tomorrow, but a look ahead towards the weekend shows a chance for warming as well as some precipitation, not all of it in the form of snow. Dan Kuntz will be along a little bit later for the total weather outlook.
I appreciate all the support and everything. I've received an overwhelming amount of messages, cards, emails. Thank you to all those that voted for me. For those that didn't, we will work together and find that common ground, which is what's best for our students.
A squeaker in the election for the District 2 membership on the Wenatchee School Board. With all votes tallied and the results now certified, Maria Iniguez retains her school board seat with just a 14-vote margin over challenger Randy Smith. The Chelan County Canvassing Board certified the narrow election results today, and Chelan County Auditor Skip Moore says while the results are official, state law requires a recount scheduled to commence later this week.
So what we'll do is we'll go through and basically pre-sort all these ballots out into precincts out of the trays of mixed ballots. That'll all take place on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we will start the hand recount of all those ballots, and we will only be counting those ballots for that race.
The East Wenatchee man arrested after a standoff with police last week will not face felony charges in the incident. 60-year-old Pacomio Anguiano Santana was taken into custody on November 22nd after the East Cascade SWAT team was summoned to his home in the 1800 block of Sunset Highway. Anguiano was suspected of assaulting his domestic partner and possessing a firearm illegally. However, the Douglas County Prosecutor's Office said on Monday no firearm was found in the home, so Anguiano will face only misdemeanor charges in East Wenatchee Municipal Court, including attempted unlawful imprisonment, fourth-degree assault, and resisting arrest. A long-delayed domestic violence trial in Chelan County Court has been delayed yet further. Isaac David Heckman has been charged since April 2021 with 3 counts of second-degree assault for allegedly beating and choking his former partner. His trial was set to begin next month, but county prosecutors and Heckman's defense lawyer said Monday there is still one more witness interview to be conducted beforehand. Judge Kristen Ferreira set a new trial date of January 23rd, but warned she might not grant another continuance because the case has been awaiting resolution for more than 2 years. The 50-year-old Heckman, who uses the title of rabbi, is the lead pastor of a Messianic Jewish church group in Wenatchee, which combines elements of Judaism with Christianity. One person is dead after a morning collision in rural Grant County, with an icy roadway a contributing factor. Sheriff's deputies say the crash happened about 8:25 this morning on Road K Northeast, near Road 4.2, just north of Moses Lake. One southbound vehicle lost control after encountering the ice and slid into the path of an oncoming propane truck. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene, and the operator of the truck, which rolled onto its side, received minor injuries and was treated at Samaritan Healthcare. A small propane leak had to be capped, and the intersection remained closed into the afternoon for investigation. The name of the deceased driver has not yet been released. When we come back, the City of Wenatchee is offering grants to local nonprofits involved in the tourism trade. I'm Jefferson Robbins, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us. When we come back, the City of Wenatchee is offering grants to local nonprofits involved in the tourism trade. I'm Jefferson Robbins, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Castle Rock International is the Northwest's premier real estate agency for large acreage properties, farms and ranch land, lodging and resorts, waterfront properties, and commercial real estate. Professional, knowledgeable, and discreet, award-winning Castle Rock International has the listings and the highly qualified buyers you have been looking for. Contact John McNamara at Castle Rock International today or visit their website for more information about this outstanding local company.
Get your favorite beverage and a wide variety of food choices all under one big roof at the Tap Room in Pybus. The Tap Room has the most popular choices for lunch and dinner in the Valley. With unique appetizers, salads, sandwiches, and tasty rice bowls, everybody will find a new favorite dish. Plus many craft beers from Hellbent Brewing, or you can choose wine, cider, or a delightful craft cocktail. Experience the family-friendly Tap Room at Pybus for yourself. It's just what you've been looking for.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
If you're helping a relative, friend, or neighbor with tasks like shopping and meals, then you're a family caregiver, and we celebrate you. November is National Family Caregiver Month, when those who selflessly assist relatives, friends, and neighbors are honored for their work. Aging in Adult Care can help you help them with chore services, respite, and home-delivered meals. Call Aging in Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459 for family caregiver support.
A former city attorney for the government of East Wenatchee will join the Chelan County Prosecutor's Office. Devin Polson was the chief lawyer for the city of East Wenatchee from 2006 until 2021, when he left to join the Northwest Justice Project. Chelan County Commissioners approved Polson's hiring by Prosecutor Robert Sealby last week. He'll start work in the prosecutor's office December 1st, earning $125,000 a year. Well, the City of Wenatchee has $100,000 available in funding for local nonprofits in an effort to attract tourists to the area next year. The 2024 tourism grants will support the marketing or operations of special events and festivals held by the organizations like the Chamber of Commerce, destination marketing organizations, or visitors bureaus. Previous events that received funding include Visit Wenatchee, the Rails and Ales Festival, and La Terraza de Main Street, held by the Hispanic Business Council. Applications will be reviewed by the Lodging Tax Advisory Committee and Tourism Area Board and are available on the city's website. Now, keep an eye out for low-flying helicopters this week. The Chelan County PUD wants to let folks know that they are working with Michaels Pacific Energy to replace numbered tags on high-voltage power lines. You might be able to spot the slow-moving helicopter along the Wenatchee foothills from Malaga to Monitor. Helicopter use is required in certain areas as some structures are on steep and difficult terrain. The PUD says work this week will depend on weather conditions. Well, Wenatchee area unemployment in October was down compared to the same time last year, but up slightly compared to September. The Washington State Employment Security Department reports the Wenatchee Metro Statistical Area had an October unemployment rate of 3.7%, down from 4.2% in October of last year, but up from 3.2% unemployment in September of this year. The unemployment last month ties October of 2006 as the lowest rate recorded since 1990. Meanwhile, non-farm employment in the Wenatchee area recorded 414 fewer residents out of work compared to October of last year, when 2,844 residents were unemployed. When we come back, departing Mayor Frank Kuntz looks back on another challenge that confronted the city of Wenatchee, the Sleepy Hollow fire of 2015. After that, expect your weather outlook with Dan Kuntz and NCWLIFE Sports with the inimitable Eric Granstrom. Stay with us.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
At Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
This is the time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant that they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's, our place or your place. Our family is here for your family. What makes Abby's triple topper so great?
Canadian bacon, pepperoni, ground beef.
With these premium toppings piled to the edge, it's a whole lot of pizza on sale for a very special price. Order your triple topper now at abbys.com.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Once the crisis at Town Toyota Center was resolved, Wenatchee Mayor Frank Kuntz soon had another emergency on his hands, the Sleepy Hollow fire of 2015. But as the departing mayor told us in his exit interview with NCWLIFE, fires leave behind ruins, and from ruins, there's a chance to build something new. Were you expecting when you became mayor to have a wildfire that destroyed 30 homes in your city and also gutted part of the warehouse district in the center of North Wenatchee Avenue?
Nope, I remember that day just like it was yesterday. You know, that was awful. And, you know, a lot of friends and folks had lost their homes, and just a really tragic event. But I think we've gotten better. We've got a lot fewer of the houses with shake roofs. You know, the new building code required those in their wild urban interface to have extra windows and extra, you know, protection from fires, and we've got that all over our foothills now. So we have jumped on that code. And think about it, we have adopted that code in the city, but the county is yet to adopt that code. And Douglas County has not adopted that code, right? So again, things to think about in terms of difference between cities and counties. I think we led the way once we got through all of that in terms of making sure that we were the leaders, so when that happens again, we have defensible space. We've got building codes that set up and make it so hopefully that never happens again.
So again, aside from the residential damage, there was a leveling that had to happen in the warehouse area, yep. North Wenatchee, Miller. Without that, would things like Confluence Parkway and the TIF district be happening now without that loss of?
No, I don't think it would. Listen, yeah, those fires were devastating. You know, the city jumped in and bought some of the property in and around Northwest Wholesale. You know, that was about the same time that we asked the state of Washington to move off the North Wenatchee Avenue site, which they had since done. So there's lots of things that were sort of interactive going on around there. We were anticipating some redevelopment in the area. One of my biggest disappointments as mayor is at the time, you know, the biggest sort of fruit warehouse that burnt down there was Bluebird, right next to the Town Toyota Center. And Mark Miller and his crew were actually on the roof of the Town Toyota. I mean, they saved the building, but the one next door didn't survive. And, you know, I went to their board and their chairman, and I said, devastated for your loss. Is this really the right place to rebuild? Out by the airport? Buy a couple 100 acres, whatever you need, build a new building, easier for trucks to get in and out of. This might be a better spot next to the softball diamonds and the Town Toyota Center for a different kind of development. Let me help you figure out how to do this differently. And I got told not only no, but hell no, we're gonna rebuild right here. And they did. And as our city continues to grow, it continues to be awkward in that area when you have all of these trucks trying to get in and out, and there's a hockey game going on, and there's just a lot happening. So I was disappointed that I wasn't able to convince that fruit company to find a different location that would be, but like Northwest Wholesale, once we met with them, they were like, you know what, we need to not be on North Wenatchee Avenue anymore. And they moved out to Baker Flat and love it. We bought the property from them. I offered to buy the property from Bluebird as well. It's like, I'm not here to tell you to leave and figure it out. I mean, I'll buy the land from you and we'll figure it out later, but So some of the companies were very receptive to that, understood what Wenatchee might look like in 25 or 30 years, and others weren't quite as receptive to that.
Time to talk about the weather. Dan Coons filling in for Grant Olson. It's another gray, cloudy day, and if you liked yesterday and you like today, you're gonna love Wednesday, but things are finally gonna change. In fact, there's a lot of weather to talk about. Quick look outside of our weather window to the Wenatchee Heights camera, looking over, I believe, Denver, Colorado. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you on that. These cameras are really, really good. Air stagnation advisory is in effect until 11 o'clock on Thursday morning. It's the scenario that we're quite used to here in north central Washington. Warm air up above. It's the lid is on the pot. The pollutants come up, hits the bottom of the lid, goes right back down to the valley floor. No place for the pollutants to go. That's why air stagnation is a concern this time of the year. And I wouldn't be surprised if our air quality got too unhealthy for sensitive groups right now. It's just moderate. And here comes the snow, folks, especially for here in our viewing area, the Wenatchee Valley specifically, Friday night into Saturday morning. We're going to get an inch, maybe even two, in some of the upper elevations around the Wenatchee Valley. Where the Columbia River flows through the Wenatchee Valley, it's about 600 feet above sea level. From about 800 to about 1,100 feet, about an inch of snow Friday night into Saturday, but it ain't going to stick around. We're going to get really warm. Unofficially, our high today at Papine War Memorial Airport, 38 degrees. Very little variation between our afternoon high and our overnight lows. Days are getting shorter, of course. We're under the 9-hour mark between sunset and sunrise. And all in all, just another gray, cloudy day. We're under the influence of that big ridge of high pressure, but it's going to start sliding out of our way on Thursday, and it'll be gone Johnson by Friday. Highs tomorrow, very consistent. This morning, by the way, Moses Lake got down to 18 degrees. Tomorrow, they'll be up about the freezing mark. Everybody's going to be just a couple of degrees above the freezing mark tomorrow. Again, clouds and low clouds and fog prevalent throughout the forecast period wherever you go. High pressure is still large and in charge. The weather maker is just off the corner of your screen that you can see. That's what's heading our way on Friday, and especially Friday night. But we're still going to deal with the low clouds and fog. Sun's taking the day off today, probably most of Wednesday as well. We could see some late afternoon sun breaks as this big ridge of high pressure begins to shove off towards Montana and also a little bit to the south. So by the time we get to Thursday, this is when things start happening late in the day on Thursday. We start talking about a little precipitation, light snow in the mountain passes. The big change is really going to be Friday afternoon into Friday night. Going to be a lot of snow in the mountain passes, folks, especially Stevens. You're going to get hammered if you're traveling on Friday night. Here in Wenatchee, as we begin December, we're going to get some snow Friday night into Saturday. How much depends entirely on your elevation, but we're going to be warming up to near 40 by Saturday afternoon. So it's going to be a minor snow event, but it could make getting around town Saturday morning a little on the dicey side. But then it warms right back up again. In fact, we're going to see high temperatures 15 degrees above normal by this time next week. I told you it's a weather roller coaster. Saturday, pretty mild once the snow goes away, and then we start talking about rain instead of snow. That forecast really kicks into gear basically Sunday into Monday. So when we talk about 70% chance of precipitation, now we're talking rain and not snow, as we're going to have a really big warm-up. A big tropical system is going to roll through starting Sunday, really going to come in Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So get ready for some very mild temperatures after this cold and gray weather. Finally going to mix things up a little bit. Air quality won't be an issue either. So once we get through the snow event Friday night into Saturday, now we start talking about rain and very warm temperatures. We could be up near 50 by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. All right, one more look at the forecast. 38 today, couple of sun breaks on Wednesday. Outside of that, we're still socked in with the clouds and the fog. Things start changing a little bit on Thursday. Don't expect any real snowflakes, at least here in the Wenatchee Valley. Again, snow Friday night into Saturday morning, an inch, maybe two possible. By the time you get up on Saturday morning, it all goes away Saturday afternoon, and then we warm up. Remember, our normal afternoon high is 38. We're going to be 45 by the time we get to Monday and near 50 by Wednesday of next week. That's your forecast. Still to come, sports with our good buddy Eric Granstrom. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE channel.
I'm Eric Granstrom, the sports director for the NCWLIFE channel. We're here at Eastmont High School. We're going to be at Wenatchee High School. We've got basketball. We've got wrestling. It's all winter long. While you're out freezing your hind end off, we're inside staying warm. It's right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Well, happy Tuesday. Washington State's men's basketball team improved to 5-1 with an 82-72 win over Eastern Washington last night. Miles Rice, who is just a freshman, by the way, went off for 28 points to lead the Cougars, scoring the first 9 points of the ballgame, all from beyond the arc.
Al Smith's done an exceptional job, and one of those two bigs you talked about, Ruben Chinyelu, is in already for Oscar Clough.
Rice pumps, straightaway triple, and knocks it down to give the Cougs their first points of the night.
Took 3 years for it to happen. That's incredible.
Here he is with the ball right now. He'll try again from distance, and 2 quick threes for the freshman. For the senior, Isaac Jones now will try a 3. And second chance opportunity for Washington State. Rice for 3 triples, knocks it down again. Miles Rice feeling it to start this one. Take it in the paint, throws it up over Isaac Jones, and way too strong there.
Hey, Jones did a good job defending him, stayed between he and the basket.
Rice, transition triple, knocks it down again. Miles Rice. Rice dancing, slashing, falling away, puts it in.
Cougar coach Kyle Smith was pleased with what he saw out of his team last night, especially considering the fits Eastern has caused Washington State in the past.
You know, I thought that was really not to be expected. I think that team's obviously given us problems down here before, and they're well coached and a lot of confidence last year. Ended our season last year, and you know, they just kept coming. And we were able to answer it. They cut that thing to 2, and we had some guys. And as your season goes on, there's certain guys that start to step into certain roles. I thought Andre is a guy, even though he didn't shoot the ball well tonight, he made a big and one, and he hit a big 3. And you could tell he just didn't lose his swagger. He kept swinging. And we had Isaac and Oscar, I thought, made some good plays offensively down the stretch. And we were in such foul trouble they had to go zone, and that it wasn't a pretty zone, but the clock kept moving. Just we were going to have any guys left if we had to play man. So great win for us. We took care of the ball. We did, you know, we weren't perfect by any stretch, but it was a good win against a good team.
Coming up tonight in Seattle, Washington hosts UC San Diego. That's coming up at 7 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. Seattle Kraken begin the first of a 4-game road trip in Chicago tonight. Seattle's trying to bounce back from a 5-1 loss to Vancouver on Friday. Puck set to drop. Well, it's just about underway at the United Center in Chicago. You can watch the game on Root Sports Northwest. Well, the Seahawks and Cowboys will become the first team in NFL history to play back-to-back Thursdays this week. Seattle's coming off a disappointing 31-13 loss to San Francisco on Thanksgiving, while the Cowboys blew out Washington 45-10. Coach Pete Carroll says Seattle needs to be much better on offense, with Geno Smith finding his receivers faster.
We just need to be in sync. We need to be connected, and we need to be making the right choices. Geno can, you know, there's a couple in every game. There's always choices for the quarterback. Does he go here? Does he go there? Just try to maximize them, not miss opportunities that might show up. You know, his accuracy is pretty much on. You know, he throws the ball where he wants the ball to go for the most part. We got to get open. We got to use the concepts right. But there's always things he can do better. It's just reading more quickly and get the ball out more readily, so we can avoid the rush. Of all of the things in particular, like this week, and again, you know, the weeks will continue to come at us, we need to get the ball out. The ball's got to get out of his hands, so we don't give the rush a chance. And so if there's anything in particular, that's what I'm hoping G can find his keys, his reads, and get the ball out, you know, ahead of the rush. And that's easier said than done.
The Seahawks offense has produced just 3 touchdowns in its last 4 games. Geno says they have to find some consistency.
I wouldn't say we haven't found our stride. I think it's been inconsistent. You know, just 2 weeks ago, I think passed for the most yards I've ever passed in my career. So, you know, we just got to be better at being more consistent. and it starts with me. Of course, I've got to be better overall. And so, shoot, man, I'm working my tail off trying to get that done. But, we know what we have inside this locker room. It doesn't always show up every single play, every single week. And that's something we got to work on and be better at.
Seattle's offense will have to go up against a talented Dallas defense that includes Deron Bland, who set an NFL record with his 5th interception return for a touchdown last week. DK Metcalf is well aware of the Cowboys' potent defense.
Well, they got speed everywhere on their defense. And, they've been in a couple shootouts, and then they've blown some teams out. So, it's hard to get a good grip of who they really are, when you watch film. But they're a fast group who can get to the ball in a hurry. So, and they have a pretty stacked group of corners on their team. Five. I know. I was thinking, he got more touchdowns than me.
What does it say? But what does that say, not about his skill set, but about how you have to play the ball in that situation or make sure it doesn't end up in
Right. He does what the receiver should do, and that's shave angles and meet the ball. So he does an exceptional job at that. And it's rare that you see a cornerback, be able to track the ball or catch the ball like he does. And, he does it effortlessly. So him and Gilmore are a tandem, and, hate to see Trayvon Diggs go down. My prayers go out to him on his road to recovery. But, it seems like the next one up is duplicate to him, so got to shave angles.
Seattle and Dallas play Thursday night at 5:15 at AT&T Stadium. The game's on Prime Video, and we understand that Q13 is also going to broadcast the game in Seattle. The Wenatchee Wild hit the road for a midweek clash in Kelowna coming up tomorrow night. Wild and Rockets will face off at the Prospero Place in Kelowna, BC at 7:05. You can hear the action locally on radio with Austin Andrade at 560 KPQ. Wenatchee finds itself in a two-way tie for first in the Western Conference of the Western Hockey League. The Wild are 16-8-2-0 with 34 points, tied with Prince George. The Cougars are 17-6-0-0. We'll get more of a preview with Austin tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, the prep basketball season gets underway tonight for many high schools in our area. Cascade girls are in Sultan right now, as a matter of fact. Eastmont visits Ellensburg. The 6 o'clock games have Chelan at Brewster, and Cashmere is in Warden. The boys' schedule looks very similar with later start times. Cascade Christian boys play at Thorpe at 6:30. Ellensburg hosts Eastmont at 7, while Cascade is at Sultan. Brewster hosts Chelan at 7:30, while Cashmere is at Warden. Let the winter sports season begin. That, my friends, is sports.
On Wednesday's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, it's Wednesday. We're talking Wild hockey. It's Wild Wednesday Hockey Talk with Austin Andrade. You take it.
And it's a Wild week. The Wild are on the road at Kelowna on Wednesday, home against Portland for Teddy Bear Toss night on Friday, back in Portland on Saturday for the first time, and back at home Sunday against Tri-City for another Sunday Fun Day.
How many games have they won at home? You can count them on almost 3 hands. They've won 10 in a row in this place. It's a hard place to pick up a W for the visiting team. Austin Andrade on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or on our website, NCWLIFE.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call, 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Thanks so much for being with us. Have a great evening.